Assignment 2. This one based on all expansion factorization. Okay, so should be quite easy. Okay, after doing so many exercises already, you should be very good in it. Okay, question 1. To expand. Okay, so question 1 is all for expansion. So you bring the term and multiply. You bring this one and multiply. So you actually have 21x squared minus 15x minus 8x plus 6. So you have 21x squared minus 23x plus 6. Okay, question 2. Okay, use 2 to multiply, then use 2p to multiply, then q to multiply. So we have 2p minus 2p squared plus 4pq minus q plus pq and then minus 2q squared. Then after you expanded all already, you see whether there's any common term. There's no p squared, there's no q squared, so only thing the same is the pq and the pq. So we'll combine the pq. So we have negative 2p squared, okay, plus 5pq, okay, and then minus okay, plus 2p minus q minus 2q squared. Okay, that's all. Okay, next is, can you see this is a minus b and a plus b? So we're going to expand it to be this is the sum and the difference. So that will be 4x squared minus 4y squared. So here we have 4x squared minus 4x squared plus 4y squared. So the answer is 4y squared. Okay, question D. Question D, expand. Okay, so you have 5u squared minus 5uv plus 6v minus 3uv plus 5uv. There are a few terms of uv, so you put all the uv's together, and so you have 5u squared. This is negative, this one and this one cancel out, so you have minus 3uv and then plus 6v. Okay, next is E, 1E. Okay, there's a perfect square here, and then the other one you will just use 3 to multiply and then x to multiply. So you will have 3 times 5, 15 minus 3x plus 5x minus x squared. Then minus away the product, the perfect square here. So you have a minus 2ab, so which is 12x, and then plus 4x squared. So together we have 15 minus 3x plus 5x minus x squared. I'm going to remove the brackets, okay, and then I'm going to group them, the x squared and x squared together. So I actually have negative 5x squared, and the x term I have 12 plus 5, 17 minus 3, so there's a plus 14x, and then for the constant term I have 6, so it's not minus 5x squared plus 14x plus 6. Okay, next one, to factorize. Just now all expanding, so now factorization. So factorization, first thing that I do is to bring out common factor. So 0.2 is my common factor, so this will be 25, because 25 times 0.2 I get 5. Okay, and now I have this as a squared minus b squared is equals to a plus b times a minus b. So I'm going to factorize this to be a plus 5 and a minus 5, and done. Okay, next, common factor 5 and then y. Okay, 5y. So for this one, I've taken out 5 and y, I'm left with x squared. For this one, I'm taken out 5, I'm left with 25z squared. This is not done yet because this is still can be further factorized. Further factorized to be x plus 5z, and then x minus 5z. Okay, next one, this is very long. Okay, first of all, this is like you're having a squared minus b squared is equals to a plus b times a minus b. So I'm going to write this to be a, which is the 4, power 4, okay, plus 1, okay, and then a power 4 minus 1. This one cannot factorize anymore. Okay, so I will keep it. So I have x plus 1 to the power 4 plus 1. So this one remain unchanged. Okay, for this one, I can further factorize it to be x plus 1 square plus 1. Okay, and then x plus 1 square minus 1. Okay, so this one cannot change anymore already. So I have x plus 1 power 4. Please don't go and expand it, just leave it in the bracket form, okay, because when you expand already, there's nothing to simplify. Even simplify nothing much lah, so just leave it lah. Okay, so just leave it. So this one here continue factorize to be x plus 1 plus 1, and then x plus 1 minus 1. Okay, so here a plus 1 and a minus 1 cancel out, so you have x times x plus 2. Okay, and then the rest are x plus 1 power 4 plus 1, and then x plus 1 power 2 plus 1. Okay, times this one. Yes, that's all. Okay, so usually for 4 terms, we'll try to see whether we can factorize group by group or not. So 2 by 2. Okay, so this 2 quite obvious. It is a squared minus b squared. It will be 2a plus b times 2a minus b. And so I can see that there's something the same here, right? So I'm going to take a negative out, so that is 2m minus 3n, which multiply back go into this one. So this is a common factor of 2m minus 3n. So the common factor is 2m minus 3n. So I'll have 2m plus 3m for the first term, and then for this one is minus 1, because when minus 1 multiply this, I get back this one. Okay, and this is complete. Okay, this factorization is complete. So the next question, similar, I try to group this 2 and group this 2. So I will take a 3c out, so that I have d minus 2e. And then this one also, d minus 2e. If I take a negative out, it will be d minus 2e. Okay, so d minus 2e is the common factor. Okay, and then for this term, I have 3c left. And for this one, I have minus 1. So together, it is d minus 2e times 3c minus 1. Okay, next is similar 4 terms. So I do 2 by 2. So this 2, I take a 4m square out. So I will have 2b plus 5c. And this one also 2b plus 5c if I take the negative out. So I have 2b plus 5c is a common factor. So I have 4m square minus 1. This is factorized, but the factorization is not complete. So I can continue factorizing this part here to be 2m plus 1 and 2m minus 1. This is then complete. Okay, question 2G. 2G, 3 terms. 3 terms, usually you use cross method if you see that it is not really perfect square. This one, is it perfect square? It looks like it's perfect square, but before we do it, maybe we should take the common factor out, which is 4. So if I take 4 out, it's easier to see. 9y square x square plus 30xy and then plus 25. So this 25 is actually square of 5. This 9 is actually 3xy square. And then the middle term is twice the product. twice the product. Okay, so therefore this is 4 times 3xy plus 5, whole thing perfect square. This one is not a perfect square. You will do by cross method. Xx, and then 10, I break it to 5 times 2 is 10. I have a negative here, I have a positive here, so that this is negative 5x plus 2x, so together is negative 3x. This is x squared, this is minus 10. So I have x minus 10, x minus y multiplied with x plus 2. Done. Okay, this one, another cross method. Okay, how to, this is not perfect square because you don't see this square of something, so you will do by cross method. So 8p squared, you will decompose it to 2p and 4p, that would be 8p squared. So the 27, can I put a 9 here and a 3 here, so that 9 times 3 is 27. So this one, can I make both negative? So this would be times this is negative 6, so together it is negative 42p. Okay, so this 27, this is 8p squared. So you have 2p minus 9, and then 4p minus 3, and that is complete. Next one, we can see that quite obvious, there's a common factor of 7. So when I take 7 out, I'll have 6s squared minus 11st minus 7t squared. Okay, this is factorized, but it's not complete. So I will factorize it to be 2, this cross method, 2s, 3s, and then 7, should I put maybe a t here and a negative 7t here, so that this is negative 14t and this is 3t, so together is negative 11t. Okay, so this 6s squared minus 7t squared. Okay, so this is 2t plus 2s plus t. 2s plus t, and then 3s minus 7t multiply with 7. Okay, so next one. Okay, next one, question 3. Given that this square minus this square equals to 6a, can I do find the value of a without expanding out? Okay, without expanding out. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the sum and product, sum and difference. Sum of these two times difference of these two equals to 6a. So this is actually 120, and this is actually a 6. Okay, so equals to 6a. So my a is actually 120. And when my a is 120, I'm done. Okay, I'm just finding the a. Next one, question 4. If you have x equals to the square of this, y equals to this, how do I express x in terms of y? Okay, I want to express x in terms of y, so I have to get rid of the t. So can I say t is actually y minus 5 over 2? Okay, so I'm going to substitute t. Okay, substitute t equals to y minus 5 over 2 into this equation of x equals to 1 plus 2t squared. So I will now have x is equals to 1 plus 2 times t. T will be y minus 5 over 2. Okay, and then the whole thing square. So I actually having 1 plus y minus 5 square, which is y minus 4 square. Okay, so I want to find the value of y when x is equals to 4. So when x is equals to 4, I'm getting 4 here. So y minus 4 is equals to 2, or y minus 4 equals to negative 2. So y is actually a 6, or y is actually a 2. So there are two values of y. Find out what is this value without using a calculator. Okay, so without using calculator, I'm going to make it to be the same. Okay, so this is 3985 square, cannot change. So can I change this to 3985 minus 4? And this one change to 3985 plus 4. So together it is 3985 squared minus 4 squared. So minus away this 3985 squared. So this 3985 squared, 3985 squared cancel out. So I'm getting a 16 for my answer. Okay, next one. Still using algebraic law. So I take half out. When I take half out, I have 8.75 squared minus 5.25 squared. So I actually have 8.75 plus 5.25, and then the other one is 8.75 minus 5.25. So this is half of this one, multiplied together I get 14, and this one subtract, I'll get 3.5. Okay, so 3.5. So now I have 7 times 3.5, so I have 24.5 is my answer. Okay, last question. X minus y is 2, x plus y is negative 2. How do I find this? Easy. X squared minus y squared become x plus y, x minus y. So I can just substitute in. Okay, and this one is quite obvious. It is a perfect square of y, x plus y. Okay, so I will have negative 2 times 2 times negative 2 square. So I'm having 4 here. 4 times negative 4. So my answer is negative 16.